What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Patrick Kane rumors. We're going to be talking a little bit about William Nylander, and we're also going to talk about the Leafs in Sweden. So a lot to unpack here and a lot to have fun with. So if you're new here, and if you're a Leaf fan like myself, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Join the squad. I'd love to have you guys here. Sorry for the lack of content the last few days. I'm ramping up on fixing some things and creating a lot more stuff for you guys. You guys know I've also been working on this background. I'm trying to get some stuff together. It's a lot more difficult than I thought. It's a little costly, so I'm working on it. But you guys will see. It's going to be a lot of fun. But there's been some very weird and random stuff and trade and like signing talk lately with the Leafs. And when the Leafs were struggling, there was a lot of people saying, trade this guy, the team sucks, blah, blah, blah. I've been saying that they're a middle-of-the-pack team, and then we got this Patrick Kane news, and the rumor was like, oh, John Shannon said that the Leafs are meeting with Patrick Kane, and that's the first team that he's met with. And then this happened. So John Shannon tweets out, after hearing earlier in the week that P. Kane was to meet with the Maple Leafs on Tuesday, I can confirm that meeting did not occur. Leaf sources reached out to say it did not happen. So this is a little weird. So we'll get to that in a second. But the 34-year-old, obviously, Patty Kane is he's had some problems. He's had the rehabbing hip surgery. So he's been rehabbing that hip surgery, the resurfacing surgery, that he had on June 1st. And he's been skating in Oakville, of course. It's only like 45 minutes away from where I am, but very close, of course, to where the Maple Leafs play hockey, and it's very close to where he lives. I believe he actually did live there, or he didn't live there. He was working out there for a while during his rehab, and people were like, oh, like he's gonna end up signing with the Maple Leafs because that's where he's been living and training and everything else, and it's like, okay, like maybe, but if you look at the Leafs cap situation, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And, you know, as much as I was wanting to believe that the Leafs were in on him, it seems like that's not the case. And it's a little bit weird that John Shannon was so quick at first to be like, yeah, Patrick Kane's meeting with the Maple Leafs and they're one of the teams that's in on him. And then it just completely didn't happen. It's not happening. And maybe the Leafs and Patrick Kane still meet. Maybe they find out a way to work something out. But right now, Tampa, Florida, Carolina, Dallas, and Buffalo are reportedly the teams that are in on him. So a lot of contending teams. Carolina would be really dangerous with him. I think Buffalo's going to end up getting him. Hometown boy for Buffalo. But I think that Patrick Kane is a really good player. And if we look at his numbers, of course, in his career, he's been really good and you know, barring injury, but 92 points in the 21-22 season in 78 games. And then the following season, 45 and 54 with a really bad Chicago team. And then he followed it up with 12 points in 19 games with the Rangers and 6 points in 7 games with the Rangers in the playoffs. And this is all while dealing with some injuries and stuff like that. So Patty Kane still has it in him, but I don't know if the Maple Leafs will be in on him. Again, this back and forth rumor show here with people saying he met with them, he didn't meet with them. It's kind of annoying. And, you know, no disrespect to John Shannon. I've never been the biggest fan of his reporting style. I've never been the biggest fan of him, but he's had a much more successful career than I have had up to this point, and I have no actual hatred towards him. I just haven't been a huge fan of the way that he reports things. I hope he's doing well, and I don't know him personally, so I can't say anything, but I was a little bit irritated because you guys have to remember something. A lot of people use the Maple Leafs for clicks, and some people are going to point the finger at me and go, well, you're doing the same thing. Well, no, like before birth, my family already had Leafs merchandise for me. I've been a Leaf fan my entire life. I don't use them for clicks. They're part of my passions in life. I love the Maple Leafs. I love hockey. And I went to school for broadcasting. I love making content. That's why I keep telling you guys I want to make this my full-time gig, because I love talking about the Leafs because they're my favorite team. It's the reason why I switched from making just NHL content to just Maple Leafs content because it's my biggest passion. I don't want to clickbait other teams. I want to clickbait the Maple Leafs because, they're my team. It's not even clickbait. I want you guys to click so we can talk about the Leafs. But of course, people are going to spin that the wrong way. But the Patrick Kane stuff has been really weird, and that's kind of where it's at right now. I don't know if it's going to go any further than where it's going. But the next thing I want to talk about, and that's William Nylander. And of course, at the time I'm recording this, it's 8 a.m. The Leafs are going to be playing, excuse me, they're going to be playing at 2 p.m. And listen, this is going to be the Willie Nylander show. All the Swedes that play on the Leafs, it's going to be special for them. But William Nylander is going to be a hero because he's been playing amazing. And there's been a little bit of an update from Pierre LeBrun on a potential negotiation and that they want to stay quiet. Both sides don't want this to turn into anything crazy. They don't want any leaks. They don't want people talking about the numbers and stuff like that. And William Nylander has said himself he doesn't want anything to come out because he just wants to play hockey. Now, the thing is a lot of people were like, not happy about them potentially wanting $10 million. Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now, that number is going up by the day. It's going up. He just set the franchise record for opening point streak to a season. And what is it at? Like 15, 16 games now. At the time I'm recording this, hopefully it doesn't end in Sweden. We're going to knock on wood. But if you look at the way he started this year, 22 points in 15 games, good for 10 goals. He had 40 goals last year, over a point per game, 10 points in 11 games last year in the playoffs. And he's been a consistent playoff performer for the Leafs, 40 points in 50 games. And the Leafs have always had trouble in the playoffs, and he's a guy that doesn't have trouble in the playoffs. He doesn't take a ton of penalties. His point totals have been going up and up. He can score. He has 30-goal years already. He's got a 40-goal year. And who knows, he might have a 50-goal year this year, the way that he's playing. Like, he's just been putting up numbers. And the thing that people need to understand is that just because maybe you don't like the way he plays, the style where he's not physical, doesn't mean that he's not valuable. Like, he's like a top 7, top 10, I would say top 5 right now, the way that he's been playing. Like, he looks amazing. His footwork, the way he's shooting the puck, like he's got one of the most lethal wrist shots in the entire league. His snapshot is good. He's had a couple one-timers that go in. The fact that they don't want to talk about this contract and that Nylander wants to stick around and he keeps telling people, look, I don't want to go anywhere, so let them deal with it. I don't want to talk about it. Like, this man walks his dogs in a robe in the middle of Toronto. He takes pictures with fans. He takes the subway, the TTC. Like, he's meant for this market. He doesn't care what people think. He doesn't care about the articles, and he's performing. He's putting up numbers. And that's hard to do in Toronto. It's very hard. And this team would be a lot worse without him to start this year. If William Nylander wasn't on this team right now, this team would be worse. They would be significantly worse. He's saved their ass in a few games already. So what's the number going to be? It can't be ridiculous, but they have to lock him up soon. Because if he keeps going and he pots 45 goals and has 100 points, what's that number going to look like? Because he'll be a free agent. And you don't think teams are going to be lining up with that cap jumping up another $5 or $6 million? Hell, look at even the Anaheim Ducks. They've been playing pretty well, and teams like that are going to want to get a lot better faster, right? So they're going to be looking at guys like Willie. LA is going to look at Willie. There's every damn team in the league with that extra cap space is going to make room for a guy like that. And the Leafs can't afford to lose him. They can't. So they've got to get this contract locked in as soon as possible. And hopefully they do, because he's been very, very good. And again, obviously this doesn't count towards a contract, but I will say, for the people that for some reason dislike William Nylander, I can sit here and tell you, I've done charity skates with the Maple Leafs. I think it's like 3 or 4 years now, and I'm going to do another one next year, but for this upcoming season. William Nylander's the nicest player I've ever met. And I've met players and NHL talent for years. The worst player I ever met was Vesa Toskala years ago, but he was an asshole. My dad almost knocked him out. That's a true story. He almost knocked him out. He was not a nice man. But William Nylander, That dude was told, like, I could literally tear up talking about this. Like, this was a charity event for people who need wheelchairs, right? And it's like it's all encompassing Easter seals. You got to look it up. Like, I'm literally like welling up talking about this. I'm an emotional guy, but William Nylander literally was told, hey, you got to get off the ice, man. Like, the ice time's over. He ignored those people and was like, look, there's kids here that want to meet me and they want to say hi. He took photos with everybody. He signed everything. He was pushing people around in wheelchairs on the ice. He was smiling. He was laughing. He was waving. He was just an absolute stud, man. He was so nice. And my respect level for him just went out the ceiling, out the roof of the arena, because he just cares. He cares about you. He cares about that maple leaf on that jersey. He doesn't care about the name on the back as much as people want to believe that. He cares about that logo, and he cares about this team. He cares about the city. So we got to keep this guy around, but for the right price. If it's ridiculous, he might have to go. But if it's a good number, you got to hold on to him. You got to. So if you guys are new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Join the Andy gang. That's not the right outro. That's for my other channel. Join the squad. I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video or stream. Sorry, this is the 7th video I've recorded today. 7th. Peace.